modules.
Like
Okay.
some companies use vsam, some companies use db2, IMS.
Okay. This will be automatic. Like in the managerial round only, they will tell you. Okay, you have to work with. Okay, you will ask about modules. Okay, this is the first thing which you will ask. Okay, what else? So now you got to know that you have to work with db2. Inside db2, what you will ask?
Don't know, sir.
Don't know. Okay. That's why. That's why this class, right? So inside db2, Sandeep is telling tools. Which tools you are using? Okay, you will directly go to tools. What tools you are using? Some tools, there might be some tools. Okay, what tools you are using? Yeah, so that is different. Yes. So you will ask about tools. No. So first thing is that you have to understand that you are working there. Then you have to ask something like, what is the hierarchy? Okay. In the hierarchy, first thing is like SSID. Do you know about SSID? What is SSID? Anyone?
Project ID.
No, no, not project.
Project ID.
So this is known as subsystem ID. Okay. Everyone will be working with some different subsystem IDs. Okay. So you have to ask what is the SSID that you are going to work with. I think people who are already selected, like Sudhir is here. Sudhir, do you know what is the SSID? No, 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 no. That you are completely getting confused. In the DB2, you have something like subsystem ID, which is completely different. So you can see over here, this SSID is there, right? DB8G.
Okay.
Yeah. So this you will have different for different regions. Okay. So please remember when you are going inside some tool. Okay. If some suppose they have given you some patch files, so you have to log into your particular SSID. Okay. You have to log into your particular SSID. So over here you have something like DB8G. So this is your SSID. Okay. So in one system, like you might be working, if you are in a development team, for suppose, you will have at least one SSID and you can have multiple also. So your first question should be how many SSIDs are we using in your KT session? How many SSIDs we are using, and can you provide me the list of SSIDs you are using? Okay, so this should be your question. How many SSIDs we are using, and what are those? So please provide me the list of the SSIDs that we are using in the KT sessions. Right? This is the proper question to ask. Right? Okay. So afterwards, in this part, do you have? So this is just a subsystem. So you will have different systems. What is subsystem? You will have different systems. So you have this production team, quality analyst team, the testing team, and the development team. So you have something like admins. You have the system admins, right? Right. So you have system admins. They are responsible for installing, okay, DB2 for all regions. Regions in the sense what this production team, QA team, testing team, and all those. Okay, they are responsible for installing DB2 for all regions. Yes. So yeah. Again, once they are installing, so where will they install, guys? They are installing. Where will they install? See, you have yeah data. I didn't catch your point. So see, you have these different regions. They will be installing different regions. For the different regions, they will be installing in their volumes. Okay. So you have your system volumes like S761. Yes. So like that, they will be installing in the volumes. What the DB2 software. Why is there a requirement of separate installation? Whatever the changes are made in this SS means these SSIDs, okay, like in the production team, QA team, the changes made by the QA team should not be affected in the production. That's why. So what is the hierarchy that you will write your PDS name is? Please remember an SSID first, then the storage group. Okay. So you will write some your storage group. So I told you the hierarchy in the first class only. You will write your SSID first, dot the storage group. Then what is the hierarchy after storage group? Database. Then what you have? Table space. Then what you have? Right? Then you have something called as tables. For the tables, you can create views, index, and all those things also. Right? So this should be like your PDS name. Right? This should be your high-level qualifier. PS or PDS, anywhere you are doing. Or else, when you are writing your program also, the database, how you are giving, like this only you are giving. So first you will write your SSID name and inside which storage group do you have, inside which database you have, inside which table space you have. given, and what is the schema and what is the table. So this way you are given, right? So what is storage group? You might have storage group. Okay, what is this terminology? Anyone has any idea what is storage group?
DB2 or IMS.
Huh?
DB2 or IMS.
No, no, no. Storage group in the sense like you guys, the development team and the production team, you will be telling like volumes. Okay, but your tables are like with the DBA team. DBA means what? Database administrator. Okay, the DBA people they will call the volumes as storage. Okay, so the storage group and the volume both are same. For you it is volume, for the DBA people it is storage group. So these basic idea you should have in the KT sessions. Yeah. Yes. I think this is enough regarding the yeah. Sasipriya, what?
I want to think about storage.
Your voice is not audible. Means it's not clear. Can you please speak louder? Yes. Are so silent. Anyone? Once explain about storage group. Okay. See, you will put the DB, the system admins will store your DB2 software in different regions in the sense what different volumes. Okay. So you have like some unit equal to sysda we write, right? Inside sysda, and you have this is all system default. Okay. Inside sysda you will have some volumes. Okay. So the database administrator will separately put your DB2 software in different volumes. So this storage group, this you will storage group is equal to your volume only, right? For you S7sys1 equal to volume, okay. But for the DBA people, your S7sys1 is the storage group. So you have to talk according to their terms. So you cannot say it is only volume only. You should not be rigid. Okay, you have to work according to their terms. So you have to tell it as a storage group when you are working with your DB. Okay. Yes. And caller 6, please put your name, proper name. Can you tell me your proper name? Caller 6, again and again you are logging in, but you are not putting your proper name. Okay. What else? So, any doubts in this one? Anything you want? So, this is very important. Yes, this is very important. So, any doubts in this one? Please clear now itself, or else it will be very. You will face troubles. Okay. Yeah. I think no doubt. Yes.
So what
This
will
one.
be the storage
What will
Seven,
be
yeah.
the storage
group?
group? Yeah, your S7 sys1 only. Like that only you will have sys3, and this is like they will tell you the name. Okay, there is no convention. So this might be for 30 characters, something it will be. Okay. So Lasha is telling, please. So you can unmute and ask. Don't type. Unmute and ask. Let it be clear. Yes. So she's telling me what is schema. So yeah, how will you write your tables? How will you write? So how is the way of addressing your tables? First your SSID, then
Storage.
okay, then your STO storage group, then
Database. Database.
yeah, database, then
Table space.
okay, table space, then
Schema table.
schema, then table. So last I have asked, what is a schema? So this was what I was asking. Okay. So schema means, so inside an SSID, so inside a volume, right? Inside this SSID, you will have volumes, the storage group. Inside a volume, you will have multiple databases, right? These databases, you might be working multiple databases, multiple teams might be there, or they might be using different databases, and you can even create dependencies on. Again, inside these, you have something called as this table space, right? Inside this table space, you have something called as again the schema, and then the table, you whatever you are using. So what is schema? So think of it like that table space. You have multiple table space. Okay, you have multiple table spaces, and inside the multiple table spaces, you have some imaginary names. Okay, so you can tell it like some collection of tables based on the author. Okay, based on the author, some collection of the tables. So those are called as the schema. So these are again some subdivisions in this. So please remember that you have something called a storage group. Only this is physically present. All these are imaginary stuff. Okay, so all these are imaginary stuff. So you have something called as the collection of tables. So it is called as schema. So you will have some schema. Okay, guys? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is there. So yeah, we will start with our program. Okay. So you have this is spoofy. Let me log in. EXP db2. Okay, I have to work with something. Yes. What was the name? EXP db2 and what was the number? Let me check. 3.4 exp.db2. Inside we have CRT. Okay. Inside CRT we have some. Yeah. Okay. So start the then we have something called the CRT. Right. Hmm. Okay. So this is our employee table, what we were working with. We have our employee table, then this primary key, and what was the last topic that I have taken? I took, I think, the in between, this between stuff, I think. In the select statement, between the range of some salaries we have seen, right? Okay. That was the last stuff that I have taken on the Saturday session. Yeah, please confirm. Anyone, please confirm. Confirmation. अरे बाप रे. Yes or no?
It means only.
Between the
Hmm. You are very difficult. Yes. So this is your table. So let me just remove to select. This is what we are going to discuss for today. So let me just comment. So we are inserting something. No, let me just select star from EMP table or TTL. Enough. Submit. Go back. The name of the object to be created. The target rename statement is identical to the existing. So let us just crop the table and then comment. Yeah, comment. It is being executed. Right, it taking so much time. Next time I have to comment everything. Yeah. So this has executed. So you can see the drop the table was successful. Table creation is successful. Unique index, everything is successful. And you can see the employee table is like this, right? So you have an employee number. These employee numbers you have like until employee 06, then age, then you have some names like Shiva, Ramu, Sita, Venkat, uh, and you have some the date of joining. You have in the format of date, year, month, and then you have this basic salary. Then you have HRA, right? What else do you have? Like allowance. Then you have some email IDs which are nulls, incentives which are nulls, and then the age. Okay. So these are there, right? So now my requirement over here is uh, now I want to find the sum, the total sum of the number of salaries that I am giving to all the employees. Okay. I want to find the salary. So you have the salaries, right? Let me put my cursor. You have this basic salary. So you have the you want to know how much you are spending for that company. Let us say you have multiple companies. How much you are spending as a salary for that company for all the people. So how you will give that? Yes. So you will use something called as those aggregate functions. You have some aggregate functions, right? I think the notes that I have sent you was there, but we will see that. So you want to find the sum of all the basic salary. So how to and you want to get an output. So how to find that? So for that you have to write something like the select statement. Okay, you want the sum. Okay, of the basic salary, right? Basic salary, sum of the basic salary. Okay, and you can give some imaginary name also as the total salary expenditure. Like this also you can give, but there need not be any spaces. You can give under, right? Yeah, expenditure. Like that you can give. Okay. So again, you will give like select sum of the basic salary and display it as some total salary expenditure or something. Okay. From which table that you are paid. That's it. So this is your sum, right? This is how you will find the sum of the basic salary. So let us execute that. Let me write it. Okay. So what will you write? Select statement. Select sum of your basic salary, right? Select sum of your. So you have this basic salary. Yeah. You want to find its sum. Select sum of your basic salary. And what is the next? What you will write next? As
As
yeah, as again
total.
you can give something like total. Okay, from which table? Yeah, like this you will give. So let us just submit it. So before submitting it, I don't want again to take half an hour. Let us comment everything. Okay, it will take little time for me to comment. So we have select star from EMP table and directly select sum of the basic salary and display it as the total and from the EMP table. So let us just submit it and see. Yeah, so this is faster. So what error it is giving? Illegal symbols, brackets, some symbols that might be legal. So it is given. Okay, I think I have to comment these also. Okay. Yes. So select star from EMP table. This is there. Now we have the select sum of the basic salary as total from the employee table. So you can see over here that total and it has given the total amount, right? So these are your aggregate functions. You have something called as sum and which will give you the sum of the fields whichever you want to add. So you write sum and inside the brackets, you will write the column name which you want you to be added. Okay, as something and then this will happen, right? So like this, you have something else like average. You have something like average. You have minimum. You have maximum. You can find. Okay, and yeah, so such things are there. I think Naresh sir is here. I will pass my controls.
Yeah, hi guys. Hope you can hear me. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. So why the strength is low, Shurit, today?
I'm not aware, sir. I'm taking the attendance, so
Mhm.
I will post it in the group. Whoever is absent for today.
Okay, post it in the group. So the thing is like, so convey the message strictly that who are not attending the classes, we will not take interviews for them. Very
Yes,
strictly,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
So if they are not attending, what is the purpose of joining the company time and their time? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, fine. So please send those names in the group, okay, so that we can discuss it.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So what were we discussing in the last class, guys? Anybody idea? So I forgot it. Sorry. Did anybody remembered? So voice is not clear. Somebody is speaking, but the voice is not clear. So others, can anybody help me with that? So what we did in the last class?
I think Alan.
String reverse. Okay. So I think we have discussed about abundance also, right?
Yeah.
So we have find out the how to calculate the length and all. Okay, fine. So today, so we'll try to understand the concept of VB file, guys. So what is VB file, guys? Do you have any idea? VB file. So do you have any idea? No idea. So how
No,
to create
sir.
a VB file?
No,
How to
sir.
create a VB file? Any idea? How to read a VB file? Okay, fine. So let us understand what is VB. So far we have seen something called as what FB everywhere, right? So let us try to create a VB file. Yes. So how to create a VB file? Just I'm giving something called as a 3.2. I'm allocating a new data set. So let me something called as what? Morning dot 7 a.m. Maybe 10 a.m. I can write 10 a.m. dot VB file. What the hell? Morning dot 10 a.m. dot VB file. So have you ever created, or this is the first time you are listening this terminology?
This is the first time, sir.
Okay, so let me take primary content. Okay, so I'm taking something called as a VB now. So let me consider something called as what? 84 bytes. So we'll see. Let me take only 80 bytes. Let's see what happens. Okay, so 80 bytes. Let me take something called as what? 800 over here. Fine. That's it. So let me create. So data set has been created. So I just given a VB, guys. Nothing apart from that. Okay. So let me use 3.4. So let me try to open this file and let me give IO in front of it. You can see here, there's something called as a VB here. Record length is 80. Record length is 80, something like this, right? So let me go and edit it. Okay, so let me give calls. See what happens. So I'm just scrolling in the right side. Sorry. Scrolling the right side. Fine. So let me try to enter some data. So let us do one thing. Let us create a file with some smaller size so you'll get some better understanding. Okay, so let me delete this file. So let me create the same file again with some different length, small length, 3.2. Allocate VB file. So this time I will give the length as only 24. Let me remove this. Fine. Now let me open this. Now you see the length is like what I have given, 24. Fine. Okay. So let me try to edit this. COLS. See, even I have given 24. What is the allowed characters here, guys? Can you see that? Allowed characters are only 20, right? So in general, if you are creating a VB file, sorry, if you are creating a FB file, so let me create it. So let me give something as 3.2. So let me allocate it. So I will give a name something called as what? PS file. So here instead of VB, I will give what? FB here, guys. FB, right? Now see what happened. Yeah, it should be like 20 again. So I'm giving like 20. Let's see what happens. Fine, it has been created. Now see. So I've given here how much, guys? 20 bytes. 20 bytes here. Fine. So let me open in the screen. Now, so one is VB file I have opened. One is FB file I have opened. Right. So let me use something on calls. So what is the data you can enter, guys? Up to 20 positions only. Here also you can give up to 20 positions. Even though I given as 24, still you can enter. So that means what? Here the first 4 bytes will be occupied with something else. So what is the something? So we'll try to understand. See, I'm entering some data. You can see after entering to a 20 position, it is going to a next line automatically, right? So let us insert some more lines into this. So I'm giving 2, 2, 2, 2, all twos. Insert 4, something like I'm inserting something as 3 lines over here. So 3, I'm giving 4. Only 20 bytes data, right? Okay, so fine. So this is how the VB file is, guys. So VB file will occupy the first 4 bytes for its maintenance. Right? Okay. So let us do some variations in this. Maybe the first record I will give only 10 bytes, and the second record let me give something called as what? Maybe 12 bytes, and third record maybe 14 bytes. Fifth record 16 bytes, and this one is 18 bytes. And the last record, let me repeat it. So let me give all 6s, this time 20 bytes. Fine. So this way, so each record is having variable length, right? Variable length. So first record is having 10, second record 12, third record 14, fourth record like something like this 16, fifth record 18, and sixth record 20. Each one is having some different record length, guys. So let me save this. Fine. Now, so here also you can enter 20 bytes. Anyhow, you know this. So I'm just deleting this file. So which is not at all required for us to understand. Fine. Now, so how to read this file in your COBOL program? So that is the challenging task. So that is what? So we will going to discuss. So what we have to do is like the similar things only, but so we have to use some logic. Fine. Start. So where we were writing programs is start 3.4 morning.10 a.m. star. Copy COBOL book. So we will write something on a sort. VB read. VB file read. I'm giving a program name as VB read. Let us start writing COLS. So let me insert a line. Let me take something called as what? ID division. In ID division, so I will give like what? Program ID. Program ID VB read. Fine. So after that, so we have to use what? General terminology. We have to use what? Environment division. Yes or no? We will use what? Environment division. In environment division, so we have something called as what? Input, output section. So in that input output section, so we have something called as what? File control. Inside file control, what we will do, guys? We will use select file name, assign to dd name. Let me use here select. Let me use something called as what? Any name. Okay, in file assign to. Let me do something called dd1. Fine, that's it. Then so we'll comes with something called as what? Data division. Inside a data division, we have something called as what? File section. Inside a file section, so what we will do? We will give a file description, right? We will give file description. So file description of in file. File description of in file we will give. Then so what we have to give is like, so we have to mention so what is happening with this. So we have to give like what? Record varying. So let me write it here. So what happened? We have to write something called as what? Record varying. From so 1 to, so what is the length we have given, guys? 1 to 20. So depending on, so we have to give here what? Depending on. So I will give something called as what? Some WRK length. So some length variable I giving. Then so we can end this line. So this is how we have to give. And in the next line, we have to give a 0-1 declaration, guys. We have to give a 0-1 declaration. So I'll give what? In rec. What happened? What happened to this line? It is behaving weird. Surit, can you delete that 11th line? D. So it is behaving differently, right? One minute.
It's not. It's taking
Sorry?
question mark. It's taking question mark. When I'm pressing D, it's taking question mark.
Yeah. What happened to the line? Give the same to above line. Same, right?
Same.
Something fishy. It is not allowing any characters from my side. I'm typing, but it is not allowing. Only some characters are working. F3 is working. Let's see that. Let me go back again. V is not working. What happened? Can you open that? Check once.
Yeah. Which one was it?
This one we have graded, right? VB here. VB rate. Just scroll down, F8. Yeah, this one.
It's taking
Not. Why? Uh, no, it's not taking anything. No, I think it's working. Fine.
Okay.
Picture clause. I will be taking something called as what? X of. So what should I take? 20 or 24? So let's do it. So let's learn it practically. So I'm giving something called as a record length, wherein I'm giving a maximum length of 20, guys. Fine. So in the working storage section, I will be declaring this field, guys. I will be declaring this field. So what is that field? So this one. So whatever we have defined here. So I will write something called as what? Working storage section. Again, problem. Don't know what happened to this.
Shall I reconnect the session?
Yeah, bless, please. Yeah, let's do once. what? Working storage section, guys. Working storage section. In the working storage section, so we will be declaring something called as what? Work length variable. Work length variable. So then this work variables, I can give like picture class of 9 of 4. Picture class 9 of 4. PIC. Again, it's not working, man.
Again, it's, I think, yeah, yes.
It's working.
So I think
What
you
you
are
did?
pressing Windows and space, so it's changing the language of input.
Is it? Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just checking. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, fine. Let's get started. So I have declared something like this, like in rec. So I given only 20 bytes, guys. I given only 20 bytes. Now I have declared even a working storage section, work length. So now let's try to perform something called as what? Reading in the procedure division of this file, guys. Okay, so let me declare a procedure division for the same. Procedure division. Then so what shall we do is like, first of all, we will open the file. What we will do? Open input. So what is the file name? I'll take something called as in file. Then we'll proceed something called as read in file. After reading in file, let us try to display. Let us try to display something called as in rec. And then so we'll try to close the file. So close in file. And then stop executing. I'm not reading an entire file. I'm just reading one record. Right now, let us also display after reading. Let us also display something called as what? Okay, so work length. So display WRKLEN. So this is the variable we have declared. Right. Let us also display this. Let me save this. Let me use something called as VB rate. Let me go back. And let me do something called as xcop mf8. So I'm just simply saying VB rate. We're getting some 12. Let's see if there are any syntactical error. Let's verify that. In rec was not defined. Sorry, in hyphen rec we have used, but actually, yeah. Let's go on. Let's go back to the program. Let me edit this. So what I did in hyphen rec. Let me save this and let me compile. So again, we got some errors. Let's go and verify. So what else we have? The record should not begin in area A. Okay. Fine. So let's move this a little bit. Let me save this. So this time, let's try to compile again. Done. Compilation done. So let us create a run JCL. So I'm just using this program name, VB read. And so let us use. So we have written right. Read. Okay, read file. I'm using here name. This. So what is our file name is VB file. I hope it's available, right? Copy DS list. Let me open this. Fine. Okay, the file is available. Let me use something also DD1. Let me do a hide JCL. Let me save this dot ZF dot ZL VB redj. I'll create it that. Let me submit this. What happened? 0, right? Okay. So let me do this. Start m dot 5 semicolon st. Record has been read? Yes or no? So why it is reading this? Any idea? So what is present in this WS work length? So you are getting like what? 10 bytes. Hope you are understanding this. So what is the length we have given totally? 20 guides for inrec, right? So for example, if I'm using calls here, see, so this is how the 20 bytes is completely displaying, right? And so we are getting something error, something like, and we have something here. So what is this means? So this is nothing but the 4 bytes which will be occupied. The 4 bytes which will be, see how many tens are there? How many ones are there? See, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this is nothing but the 4 bytes. This is what the 4 bytes is. So if you want, just count it 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it will be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So totally the 20 bytes is occupying here. The 20 bytes is occupying here with the information. So, but the record is of only 10 bytes. So what do you understand by this is, so now the record is continuously flowing, guys. The records are continuously flowing. So that means what? It is occupying only the 10 bytes of space, not the 20 bytes of space. Hope you are understanding the concept, guys. Any confusion? Any confusion? Yes or
Sir,
no?
I didn't understand.
Yeah. So what is the
I
difference
think it is.
between PS? Yeah, sorry. Let me repeat it. Give me a minute. All right. So what is the difference between VB file and FB file? So FB file is like, let's suppose we have declared a record length of how much? 20, right? So that
20.
means what? It will occupy complete 20 bytes. It will occupy the complete 20 bytes. But whereas for VB file, it is not the case. So what exactly the VB file do is like, so let's suppose if the record is occupying only 10 bytes, it will take 10 plus 4, which is nothing but 14 bytes of space. That's where the memory management will happen, and with less wastage of memory will be taken care. All right. So let me try to show you one thing. Go 1 minute, guys. The system got stuck. So what happened? The system got stuck. Any jig? I think now it's functional. Yeah, it's working. Thanks. Yeah. So the thing is like, see, so what we displayed in our COBOL program, let's try to understand. Sort. So what I have given the record length as how much is 20 bytes, right? Okay. So what happens in this case is like, so so this 20 bytes will not completely occupy. This 20 bytes will not completely occupy. So based on the length, it will be occupied. The first byte is how much, guys? The first variable length is what? How much? It is like 20 bytes. It is of only 10 bytes, right? So immediately after 10 bytes, and this length will occupy its position, which is nothing but 4 bytes. So that's where it is working, guys. So let me try to explain you with a paint, then you may get some clarity. First of all, let's try to understand with respect to FB file, guys. So what is FB file? For example, if I taken a record length of 20, LREC L, right, as 20 logical record length. So even though if it is having only 1 byte, 2 bytes in second record, 3 bytes in third record, so even though there is only 1 byte occupied in the first record, 2 bytes occupied in second record, 3 bytes occupied in third record, it will always take 20 bytes each. Try to understand this concept. How much it will take? 20 byte each. So how much it will occupy? 60 bytes of space it is getting occupied. How much it is occupying? 60 bytes of space it is occupying. Whereas for VB file, whereas let's consider, let's suppose this is our VB file, right? In the VB file, so let's suppose if you want to use 20 record length, you have to define how much, guys? Let me try to explain. So we have to use what? VB file here. In VB file, so we have to take what? 24 bytes. In 24 bytes, right? So even though if you want to store 20 bytes of space, so you have to add +4 to it and store 4 bytes to it. And so it will have something like this. It will having a first to 4 bytes. It is having a first to 4 bytes. So which will store the record length. Which will store what? Logical record length, guys. What it will store? The logical record length. Now what happened? Let's suppose the first record is occupying only 1 byte, and second record is occupying 2 bytes, and third record is occupying 3 bytes, and fourth record is occupying 4 bytes. Consider now what happened. So each record will occupy the 4 bytes for its length. 4 bytes for its length, right? These are 4 bytes, guys. So what this contains, what exactly, sorry. Okay, so what this contains, it contains 1, it contains 2, it contains 3, it contains 4. And it is of how many bytes, guys? 4 bytes, guys. How much it is? 4 bytes. So that means what? So total length occupied, so total bytes occupied for VB file is how much? So for the first record, 4 bytes is common, guys, and so extra 1 byte, so where we are storing 1 inside it. And for second record, 4 bytes is common and 2 bytes for 2 twos, and 4 bytes is common and 3 bytes for all threes, and 4 bytes for this, and 4 positions, 4 bytes. So total how much it is? 5 plus
26.
5 plus 6 plus 3 plus
26.
8. How much it is? 26 bytes it will occupy. So here how much it is occupying is 60 bytes of space it is occupying. Are we saving the memory or not?
Yes,
Hope
sir.
you understand. So this is how the variable block will save file. But when you have to go with variable block file, when we have different varieties of records, where the record length of each record is not same. For example, I have one file. Let's consider I have one file. So let's suppose each and every record is having completely occupied. Let's suppose the record length is what? Record length is something, okay. Consider this is 20, okay. So record length is 20. So in this case, what happening? In this case, what happening? So if it is a VB file, sorry, if it is a FB file, it will take simply 60 bytes. Whereas if it is a VB file, what it will take? 60 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, which is nothing but 72 bytes of space. 72 bytes. So which one is best in this case? FB file is best in this case, right? So wherever we are considering, we will getting a fixed length records, then better to go with FB. So if you are getting a variable block, so then please go with what? VB file. So hope you are understanding the concept, right? So let me do some edits in the input file, then you may get some more clarity. So let me do some edits in the input file. So let me copy this. Start. So even though I have given a logical record length as 24 to this, but in my program, what is the thing I have given? See what is here? What I have given 24, but still I have given what 20 in my program itself, because that 4 bytes are for maintaining the record. So let me open this as in view mode. So this time let me give only 1 byte, guys. Let me give 1 byte and 2 bytes. Let me give 3 bytes. Let me give 4 bytes. Let me give 5 bytes. Let me give 6 bytes. Something like 6 records, 6 bytes has. It is retaining back. Okay, so let me open this. Let me delete this. There's a problem today with the mainframe, not sure why. So let's create a new file again. Leave it. Start 3.2. Allocate morning dot 10 am dot vb file 1. So here I will be giving the same record. Let's create it. Let me equal to 3.4. Let me open in edit mode. Fine. So I've taken a 6 record. Let me save it, guys. So let me give this file as an input to our JCL. Fine. Now let me submit. Let's see what happens now. This file is available. So why we are getting JCL error? Data set not found. Just now we have created, right? Yeah. So I given a wrong file name. Fine. Let's do it now. Let me submit. Now see what it might be read. Hope you're getting. So this is total 20 bytes. This is what total 20 bytes. See, if you want, you can count it 1 plus 4, which is nothing but 5. 5 plus 6, which is nothing but 11. 11 plus 3, which is not 14. 14 plus 4, 20. 20 plus 2. Sorry, 18 plus 2, 20. So hope it's clear. So this way, the record will occupy. How to see only one record in this case? How to see only one record in this case? So that's where you have to write what? So while displaying the record, so what we have to use like 1 colon working length, 1 colon working length. So if you are using this, so then it will display only that particular record. Let us save this, replace .zf.zl VB read. Let me go back. So here, let us compile this. Compilation done. Let us read the file. So I will give like a file 1. So let me submit. So in this case, it will display only record which is read. So let's see that. Let me go to the spool. So let me use this. So it will display only that record. So how to read an entire file in this case? Let us understand that. So we have to use the same logic. So we have to use like what? File status variable here. Is ws-fs. Let me give a comma and end here. So let me declare this variable inside a working story declaration. So saying that ws-fs. So I can stick picture class 9 of 2. Fine. So here, so this read statement I will write inside perform. Perform until ws-fs is equal to 10. So then, so we have to use right read in file. So display the length if you want, and then display the actual record. So then remove this dots because in perform you cannot use that. Then insert a line saying end perform. Right. Let me introduce a dot. So this way, so you can display the original record. Let me save this. Let us do a compilation again. Let's see if you are facing any difficulty. Done. Compilation done. Let us execute the same. So let me do a sort change and let me edit this. Right. So let me submit this. Done. Let me execute. Start. m.5 semicolon st. Now, if I submit, let's see what happens. It will also read in a similar way. So this time the record length is somewhat different. So maybe we have like 10, 12, 13, 10, 14, something like this. Not sure. Yeah. So see, the record length is 10 for all ones. Record length is 12 for all twos. This way, so we are saving the memory, guys. Hope it's clear.
Yes.
Any questions in this? So this is how we have to handle the VB file, guys. Sorry. Any questions? Right. So this is with respect to VB file. So a small requirement is like try to handle the same file and write it into another output file, guys, using the program. Is it clear? So what is the simple assignment? Read this file. Okay. Write it into another VB file, new file, and also write it into PS file. So this is what a simple requirement, guys. Is the assignment clear? Everybody. Hope you can hear me. Is the assignment clear? Do you have any questions? Why people are behaving like dumb? I'm not sure why.
Sir, and show the program which you wrote, sir.
Yeah, sure. Yes, this is the. So we have just added this record varying from 1 to 10 depending on work length. Right. So here we are using this work length in our working storage section. So here we are reading an input file. Whenever we are reading an input file or displaying an indirect, what happens? It is displaying a complete 20 bytes of space, but the actual record is not occupying 20 bytes of space. It is occupying based on this work length. So that is the reason you are using what? Display 1 colon work length. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So hope you understood the assignment. So please work on the assignment as well, guys, and post it in the group so that we can review. Fine. So if you are facing difficulty, let me